Education gives you two options whether to calculate your career or to spoil it. A very warm welcome to one and all to our YouTube channel Baatein, a stage for champion. Today we have a special guest. He is an expert of mathematics. He is Professor Lagan Gupta from Delhi. He is working as a professor in Department of Mathematics, FITCI Limited, Delhi. So we are delighted to have him. My first question is to Lagan Gupta that आपने कौन से टेस्ट या कौन से कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स दिए जिसने आपको एक सफल टीचर और एक सफल मैथमेटिक्स एक्सपर्ट बनाने में आपकी हेल्प की, इस बारे में प्रकाश डालिए हमारे दर्शकों के।
So to understand about the courses in mathematics, first a student need to understand that the type of mathematics we have, right? So there are majorly two types of mathematics. One we call as abstract mathematics, another one we call as applied mathematics. So abstract mathematics is the type of mathematical subjects or topics which does not have its direct applications. It has its application in our real life, but they are not directly linked to it. On another hand, we have applied mathematics which have its direct applications, for example statistics, operational research, risk management, etc. Right? So first a student need to understand which topic or which field he wants to go in, right? So according to that he or she can choose the desired course, right? For example, if someone wishes to go with the application based mathematics, I would suggest go for statistics course or operational research courses, right? So best in the industry are offered by ISI, Indian Statistical Institutes, right? On the other hand, we have the abstract mathematics, which I did. So for that you can do BSc Honors Mathematics from any university or just BSc Mathematics, right? After that you can do masters in any field, right? In both the fields we have masters, and if someone wish to go for research you can do PhD, and even after PhD you can do postdoc. And yes,
आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद लगन गुप्ता जी, इतनी इम्पोर्टेंट जानकारी हमारे दर्शकों को देने के लिए। मेरा आपसे अगला सवाल लगन गुप्ता जी, मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहूँगा कि जो ग्रामीण परिवेश के लोग होते हैं या जो लोग गांव से आते हैं, वो मैथमेटिक्स की जो इक्वेशंस होती हैं उनको समझने में बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम फेस करते हैं, तो इस बारे में आपका क्या कहना है और इस प्रॉब्लम को कैसे दूर किया जा सकता है?
So I don't think being a villager creates any barrier in your study. You can speak any language and still you can learn mathematics. One problem could be this, like if you are from Punjab and you go to Maharashtra to study mathematics and the mode of instruction there is Marathi and you don't know Marathi, so you can't study there, right? Unless you learn Marathi first. So this is a problem which could be there, but mathematics people actually are very nice people. Let me give you an example. There were some students in my batch who were from Rajasthan University, where the mode of instruction was in Hindi, and they even wrote their paper in Hindi there in Rajasthan. And when they came to Delhi, where mode of instruction and even the paper they had to write were meant to be in English only, right? But they talked to the professors and the professors allowed them to write in Hindi language, and they even get good scores, right? So if there is a problem, there is always a solution.
Thank you so much, Professor Lagan Gupta, for sharing your views about this critical problem. My next question is to you that how to do mental mathematics.
Mental maths, so it's a very hot topic for the parents whose child is young. They all want their child to learn this because so that he could compete with other students, right? So there are lots of options available in India. We have Vedic maths, we have Abacus, and many other options are there. So you could learn from internet, or many schools have organized many programs, so you can learn in summer programs also.
अगला सवाल, जैसा कि देखने में आ रहा है आजकल की जो शिक्षा पद्धति है, अगर हम बात करें मैथमेटिक्स की, माइंड मैथ, वैदिक मैथ, ऐसे बहुत सारे कंसेप्ट आ चुके हैं, लेकिन जो अर्ली स्टेज पर हम अगर बात करें तो बच्चों का उस पर प्रेशर उसके कारण बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है। तो आप इस बारे में क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
Mental math should be introduced to a child as a fun activity. It should never be introduced to them as a burden. So if parents are doing this, so that's wrong, right? So mental maths helps them in basic arithmetics, right? So if you ask me for a long run application, I would say if in future if you want to calculate your doodh wala bill, you would be able to do it mentally. That's its application. No further application is there. Because it always works with arithmetic problems, plus minus multiplication and division.
आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद लगन गुप्ता जी। मेरा आपसे अगला सवाल, जैसा कि हम सब जानते हैं कि जो कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशंस होते हैं या कॉम्पिटिटिव टेस्ट होते हैं उनमें टाइम लिमिट होती है। तो मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँगा इस टाइम लिमिट में हम जल्दी से जल्दी अपना पेपर सॉल्व कैसे करें? क्या कुछ शॉर्ट ट्रिक्स भी हैं? मैथमेटिक्स की अगर हम बात करें, शॉर्ट ट्रिक्स जो हमारे टेस्ट को जल्दी से जल्दी खत्म करवाने के लिए कारगर सिद्ध हो सके, कृपया हमारे दर्शकों को बताइए।
Let's just talk about a mathematics section of a competitive exam. In most of the exams, what we see is a question followed by 4 options, of which one is correct. So most of the students do is when they look at an equation in a question, they start on solving the equation to reach to an answer. So this takes lot of time, right? So what one should do is to find out which is a best possible answer, right, of the out of 4 options. So you can do is try on using the elimination method. So 4 options are there, eliminate 3, the 4th one will be the right answer. Or else you can try on putting the value, the options available into your equation, into the situation given in the question, right? This is the best possible way to answer such questions in short time, right? So this is my strategy. Yours could be different.
Thank you so much, Professor Lagan Gupta, for sharing your views. My next question is to you that we have a concept of teacher-student ratio, but in reality the classes are full of students. How do you see that problem? And can you comment upon the cure to resolve this problem?
Yes, pupil-teacher ratio matters. If students are less in a class, so teacher would be able to pay individual attention. Students will be more attentive. They will complete their homework, and as they know that teacher is looking at them, so this will increase efficiency in long run, right? So this is a good practice to check the teacher-pupil ratio.
Coming to the last question, I want to ask Professor Lagan Gupta that what is your class management plan, and please share some tips to our viewers, especially to the teachers and to our budding teachers for better class management.
Classroom management. I would say a classroom is not less than a jungle. So initially when I started to teach formally, so I was not able to control my students, right? Most of the students were chatting with each other, they were passing notes, they were doing what they wanted to do, right? The classroom was not in my control. So I have a bachelor's degree in education, right? And that was of no use there. So what I did, I went to YouTube, I went to Google and searched for some techniques which I could implement in the class, so that students start respecting me, they start paying attention what I am doing, right? So I find out some tricks and I tried to implement. I did many experiments, and within a month I was able to control them, right? So what I use now is I give no time to my student to do another work, right? So it's not that I am teaching continuously. I give different activities to students, either of like questions or any other activity, fun activity, but I try to keep them busy. So if there is no time for doing nuisance, so they won't do it, right? So this is what I do. And to sum up, I would like to say something to all our viewers, especially students, that to listen to what your parents say and what your teachers say. They are your gurus and they know what's best for you. They will guide you through every path of your life. And if you're going through anything, any difficulty in life, please share everything with your parents and your teachers, right? And life is long, and at the end everything will settle in the right place. Don't worry, just be happy.